Hi Virgo, this is your end of May reading, literally. We're the 23rd today, so end of May. It might trickle down into June as well, okay? So, quick Astro. Virgo, when I was meditating on your energy last night, thinking about your reading, there's a strong patriarchal energy, okay? What do I mean by that? Sorry if I stumble when I'm talking, my throat, blah, blah, blah. Mercury retrograde, guys, it's coming. So we're already in shadow. I talk funny. I'm talking funny. So I'll try my best to articulate. So Virgo, patriarchal energy of how you relate to the masculines, in your life, whether love or family. Because, let's start with a Sagittarius full moon coming up, total eclipse. Okay, we'll get a reading for that, a bonus for you guys. So we'll see what spirit has for that. But yeah, Sagittarius is your fourth house, and we're having a full total eclipse moon there on the 26th. Now, Sagittarius is kind of a patriarchal figure. It's like a guru. It's somebody you look up to. It's masculine energy. It's ruled by Jupiter, which is the daddy, the granddaddy, I would say. So that's why I'm saying that. And also Pluto being your fifth house. We have, Capricorn being your fifth house. We have Pluto retrograde there. Pluto. And then we have in your sixth house of Aquarius, we have Saturn retrograded yesterday on the 22nd. So see, you have activity that I think the most important, that's really like talking to me here, the energy I'm feeling, is this full moon total eclipse, which is in your fourth house of family. Fourth house is family, your roots. Okay, Capricorn is your fifth house, but normally Capricorn is actually kind of a patriarchal, societal energy. But for you, it's your fifth house. And Aquarius is how you interact and with the collective, how you show up in the collective. But it's your sixth house of duty and service. Now also Pisces being your seventh, we have Neptune and Jupiter there. So you see, I'm feeling like a lot of you have had a really special, let's call it that, relationship with father figures, grandparents, father figures, right? Your father, actually, or your grandparents. And you kind of have been trying to represent them or make them proud. It's like I feel a lot of patriarchal pressure on you since you're a child, actually. But I feel like this is coming to the surface now. Because I feel like you've been like in a automatic mode. Sorry, my sage. An automatic mode where you just were doing this without knowing, and now it's starting to bubble up. And when I say you've been like trying to make them proud, it's like, your job that you pick, how you present yourself in society, the boyfriends, the love, romantic relationships that you pick, even. You're trying to emulate that figure, that respect the way they are. And you're trying to find the guy that represents that, and you've been really much so in your yang energy as well. Again, very masculine energy in your reading, Virgo. Now, Uranus is your ninth house, which is Jupiterian energy, which is Sagittarian energy. But for you, it's Taurus. We have Uranus there. So you see, there's a change happening. There's something that is coming up here that is making you question. It's like your emotions are bubbling. You've been very much so in the yang energy, and now with this lunar full moon, total eclipse coming up, which is the moon is a yin, it's female energy. And there's a battle between your yin and your yang. It's like you've kind of like, I feel like, suppressed your emotions, your wants, your needs, because you wanted to live through a certain image of either father or grandparent. You are very strict on yourself, Virgo. I feel like you do have that yin energy. Obviously, we all do, but you kind of like, for you, it kind of comes through as you being of service to people. But the thing is like, that mothering energy, taking care of. But the thing is like, even then, it does get kind of masculine because you're very judgmental with the people you're helping. It's like, it's not even just holding space for them, but it's more like pretty much telling them what to do. And when they don't do it, you get frustrated and you just like cut them off, or you just disappear, or you just voice your opinions without any empathy or sensitivity. Maybe you don't mean to do that, but that's how it comes off because you were programmed that way. And I don't know if you were programmed or you put this programming upon yourself. You see what I'm saying? So Taurus is your 9th house. And then in Gemini, we're going to have Mercury retrograde. Your 10th house, again, 10th house, which is Capricorn, but for you it's Gemini. It's like you're starting to ask yourself questions here because we have Venus and Mercury going retrograde on the 30th in Gemini, your 10th house. So it's like, I feel like there's a realization here of you no longer being able to hide from your yin energy, which is that feminine side of you. And your intuition is steering you highly, strongly steering you towards that. And you might deny it because you are ruled by Mercury as well. But Mercury's in Gemini, your 10th house. So I feel like Mercury's going to bring this up. The total full moon eclipse is going to bring this up too. Okay? Where have you been idolizing these male figures in your life and emulating their energy? And consciously doing everything just to make them proud or to appear a certain way in their eyes, to appear worthy to them, So that was the energy I was getting for you guys, though, Virgo. So let's get into the reading and see what the reading has to say. Spirit, what do we have for Virgo, please? End of May. We're going to get a Soul's Journey card. It's going to give us something here about exactly one of the things that might be kind of coming up here. Spirit, what do we have for Virgo, please? There's emotional confusion. Something you've been doing for a long time is kind of like you're suddenly not sure anymore. Some of you might have lost this person you admired passed away too. This father figure or this father. And I feel like this gets you in trouble, Virgo. Pisces, your 7th house. You idealize your partners because you see them and it's like you're so caught up in your own perception. It's not even a perception. It's you're projecting, right? And I don't think the partners you choose are actually at that level. So I feel like relationship-wise, you're not fulfilled. At the beginning, you believe it, you're excited, but then it just like complications arise, Then it gets complicated. When they don't give you the attention you seek, the validation you seek, you start getting frustrated and very judgmental and kind of unbearable, okay? Like a little child that's not getting the toy they want. Very critical. All right, let's see. In a nutshell, you idealize this male figure, this patriarchal figure, this father figure, and then you project it on your partners. So it's not the truth, right? It's just a projection. And I think this is coming up now for you. Because they can't live up to your expectations. Because you have high expectations, especially if you're trying to, if you're believing that somebody is like somebody else. Nobody is like anybody else. We're all different. We all have our path, our backgrounds. We're all unique. Love, yes. Told you guys. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. But you're not even open to that. I feel like as soon as you meet them, it's like either you're looking at their body type, if it looks, unconsciously maybe you're doing this, or you're looking for signs, that really you can relate to and compare, that match this patriarchal figure here that you're like have as a comparison. And you're not seeing the person for who they are truly. And then that you will see eventually, and that creates, the sadness, disappointment, frustration. Love, you have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Not putting things in a box. Oh, I also was seeing some of you, the image I was seeing, what's happening here, just to like picture, like make it give it to you in like a way that you might understand it. I was seeing like in my mind's eye, like, like Jack in the Box, or like a closet where you ram just stuff in, or you maybe compartmentalize it. This could be you in your life, how you put things in a box. And you just put it in a box, and you thought it was all groovy and everything was in its place and everything was organized. And with this full moon, your emotions, let's see, those are your emotions, those things you were compartmentalizing and making it make sense to you and making it fit and making it organized. It's like you're like now opening the closet and it's all just like falling over. It's all like just falling out. That's what I saw. That's kind of, what's going on right now with your emotions. Because you try to suppress them so much that it's like it's overflowing now. And you can't control it. And it's something you're not used to dealing with. Okay? So now let's get into Tarot. It's the energy of love, which is the highest energy of them all, right? Love of yourself, love of other people, love of life, not having restraints, love cannot be put in a box, love is just love. It just is, right? It cannot be put in a box. It cannot be molded. It cannot be colored. It cannot be changed. Cannot be simmered or heightened. You know what I mean? So this is about purity. This card here, it's about purity to me. Going back to the roots, going back to your initial sense of love before everything happened. It's like being reborn. It's almost like that innocence. There you go. It's innocence. You have to find that innocence back. Okay? I'm hearing it's all it's all crashing down now. It's all crashing down. It's time to reset your idea of love. Yeah, that's what you're about, Mercury. It's time to reset, to feel love. Just feel it. Okay? Not even idealize it. No, feel it. Open your heart, Virgo. Okay? Let's get into Tarot. Yep, Ace of Wands, that passion, the illumination. This is a gift from the universe. This is a new beginning. This is a restart. It's the wands, it's spirituality, it's passion. For some of you, like I said, your job, you were doing something because you're like, oh, my dad is doing this. So yes, and unconsciously you love them so much that you want to have the same talents they do, mimicking them. Not maybe doing the exact same job they're doing, but let's say if they're like good in math, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna be a stockbroker. If they're really like good with art, you can be like, oh, I'm gonna be an artist, you know, stuff like that. Just mimicking, you know. So I feel like I was saying, Capricorn being your fifth house, you might have been, you know, taken on a job, a career, just like that, like I just explained. But do you love it? Is it you? So this is an opportunity to light that spark within, again, with the Ace of Wands. It's a beginning, you know? It's a birth of the new you, the authentic you, not the influenced you, or the self-molded you that is based on somebody else that you admire, okay, and respect. Clarity, King of Swords, which could be your, no, it's not your energy, sorry, which is a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. See, that's that clarity that's coming in with this Gemini retrograde, I think. And we do have the North Node there and Venus. So see, we have Venus and we have the Gemini, Mercury here. Venus is here, love. She's the first card that came out. And here you have Gemini, the Mercury energy. I'm feeling Mercury here, the retrograde. And then here you have Sag, the Ace of Wands. So there's something that's unrooting. You're going to see clearly through something. But it's first going to hit you in your heart. And yes, you're going to have to rationalize it because that's what you do. You know, you're going to want to make it make sense. And it is going to make sense because I think Spirit is going to help you understand it the best way you are capable to understand it. So yes, it's going to hit you in the heart first because the heart chakra is where everything hits us. It's like the filter. It's the filter from the ethers, from God, from the angels, that universal energy, the highest energy of them all. It goes through the heart, you know, and then I feel like Spirit's going to be like, okay, you want me to put in, you know, first it's going to hit you. And I think that's when the emotional turmoil begins. And that's kind of like the most difficult part. But then you're going to start, it's going to make sense because Spirit is going to break it down to you in a way that you can really understand it. Okay? You might get downloads too. You're going to get clarity for sure. Of how, you know, of how you've been operating, for sure. You're going to get some clarity here. Let's see. What else, Spirit? Keep hearing open your heart. It's like I feel like you guys are so afraid to be vulnerable. You're trying to prove that you're so strong, you know, look, Knight of Cups. You're just so closed off. Your heart chakra is so shut that you don't even remember what it feels like to have it open and to feel that energy of love. And this is a knight, okay? This is somebody that's going on a journey to find its cup. He's inexperienced, but he's following his heart, okay? And he's on a journey to growth. And then he will become the King of Wands. But, I mean, the King of Cups. But it's reverse. It's like you've given up the quest. You have given up the quest of love. Because your heart is shut. Okay? It's not even part of what you do. You're more in your King of Swords energy. You're more in your King of Swords energy, rational, you know, all about the power, intelligence, and being bright, being the brightest. It's not even about being bright. It's being the brightest. I think your ego is like it's very masculine. So it's very predominant. It could be sometimes, like I said, very judgmental and cutting. Okay? There are no emotions here. Your emotions, you shut them off. It's almost like you have an artificial heart, which is a card in the shadow deck. The mirror, shadow, what? The mirror, dark mirror deck. There's one card that says artificial heart. That's exactly the energy I'm feeling here. Okay, let's get more. You know, and like I said, even career-wise, this is it. You're not following your passion. You're not following your heart's calling. You're not following your authenticity, that inner voice. Because there's a standard you want to hold up to. Queen of Swords, see? King of Swords, Queen of Swords. I was gonna say we have the king and not the queen, and there she is. So it's like, you see, you have the king, and then you have the Knight of Cups reversed, and then you have the queen. The queen she's feminine, so she does have that heart. She does have that intuition. She does put a little bit of love into it, and she's cutting too, but it is a little bit more rational. You know, it's a little bit more connected, more balanced, because she is cutting, but it comes from her having gone through a lot. Okay. Having just like experienced, having like gone through a tough lesson. And she knows what she's talking about, and she's not afraid to express what she's been through. But how would you express what you've been through and be able to talk about it, be so healed that you can talk about it if you don't want to even address it and face it? That's the difference to me, you know, between the king and the queen. She's a little bit, there's an extra to it. It's not just that masculine voice. She has a way about her where she can communicate and show up. That is, yes, cutting and dry, but she gets her point across. You can't help but just be like, oh, okay. You know? All right. It's self-assurance. It's power. It's power. There you go. It's just power. Very powerful. She is very powerful. Let's get some more. There's a new spiritual journey that's opening up for you, but you have to connect with source. You have to connect with your angels. You have to reconnect with your soul. That's this Ace of Wands that we started with. You have to put down all this energy of swords, of control, of compartmentalizing, of like making it fit, of organization in your mind, you know, and it's almost like I feel like you guys are like, most of you you're like, you keep busy so you don't have to face your fears and your emotions, you know? You're very scattered because it scares you. Oops. Yeah, here we go. Knight of Swords. You're very scattered. This is what you do. You're running away from love. You're running away from love. Scattered energy. And anxious energy. Left and right. It's all over the place. It makes no sense. You think you're organized, but you're emotionally, you might be organized in the 3D. You are Virgo. You are Earth sign. But it might look in the outside like you got it together, but I'm sure at night your mind is racing. And that's why you're trying to do a lot of things so you don't, you know, get into that mode of like fearing your feelings and your emotions. So you kind of suppress them by doing multiple and different things. Some of them don't even have anything to do with the other. And I feel like you also do that by wanting to fix other people's problem so you don't have to look at yours. But the problem with that is that you're not really doing it for them. At the end of the day, you're doing it because you don't want to sit with your fears and your emotions. So it clashes. Because then you expect them to be as strong and as like, you know, determined and as organized as you are, but they're not in that energy. So then you get frustrated and then you start to have a sharp tongue and then you start being insensitive. You come off as insensitive. Right? And there we go again. I'm sure a lot of you get into a, you know, or you are going to, if you're not careful, A lot of people are going to come to you and be like, listen, you know, I feel you hurt my feelings. You know, be careful. Watch your words, Virgo, basically. With Mercury retrograde, it's your ruler. Watch your words, Virgo. Okay? Don't be bossy. If you can't come from a place of empathy and understanding, a true, really, truly, it's best you just not say anything. Hierophant. Taurus, which is your ninth house. See, that's like the know-it-all energy for me here, the Hierophant. For me here, it's like the know-it-all energy. It's next to the, you know, it's under the Knight, King of Swords. It's next to the Knight. It's like that sharp, like, judgmental energy. That's what I feel with this Hierophant, you know, next to the Knight of Swords and right under the King. It's judgmental. It's like, this is what it is, you know, my belief, you know, what you believe, you think it's everybody, it's the end and be all. It's the Bible, you know, it's like, this is it. No. Opinionated, very opinionated energy, okay? Be careful of how, you know, watch your words. Watch your words, Virgo. All right, let's get two more. Yeah, again, love, Ace of Cups. You have to go and find that love again. It's right into the Knight of Cups reversed. You have to find the love again. Love of self. The energy, the universal energy of love. You've lost it along the way. It's time to reconnect to the energy of love, Virgo. It's time to open your heart. You have to be love to attract love. Okay, you have to be love to attract love, Virgo. You have to heal your heart. Your heart is broken. And you don't want to admit it because to you, it's defeat. You have to open your heart, Virgo. It's the main message for you. And I feel like this full moon is going to be very emotional. This eclipse, very emotional for you. Let's get our last card here. There's this energy of you meddling in other people's life, but you think you're doing it for you. You're doing it with good intentions, but you're not really. I'm not saying you're manipulative, but you're without knowing it, you're transferring. You're transferring, and you're judging other people's choices and emotions. Okay. Maybe some of you should take up a creative hobby as a therapy, you know, as therapy. To get back in touch with your, you know, your yin energy of creativity. Look at that, the sun. Healing. Illumination. Joy, happiness. Beautiful to end your reading. You have two aces. Two aces. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the sun. Passion, love, emotions. Contentment. There's definitely some illumination coming because the Queen of Swords is right under the sun. Your heart is being lit up right now by Spirit. And I don't think it's going to be a joyride, but you will be very happy and ecstatic once you go through this. it's like you're going to your heart. It's like spirit wants you to remember. It's like a past life regression kind of energy. I see your card. You're the hermit. I see you going through a hermit mode right now, but a forced one. You know, you're gonna be really. There's gonna be a feeling of being lost for sure and misunderstood. And I think you're gonna on your own isolate because your heart needs it. You know it's time. You know you cannot go on like this. It's too painful. Because your heart is going to be cracked right open. And because you don't want to show your vulnerability, I think you're going to retreat. But do that if you need to. Do that. Do it. Okay? Your heart is being cracked right open, Virgo. All right, let's get an oracle and finish this general reading, and we'll get into the eclipse bonus. Spirit, what else for Virgo? End of May. You know, you need to find home again. And home is your heart. Not your mind. Right, Spirit, what else for Virgo? Last card. Oops, almost, my battery's almost dying. I think we can make it. Focus. 14 and change. See, like I said, 5 is a number of change. And like I said, the focus card, I feel like Spirit is going to break it down to you in a way that you understand. Through air. Through downloads. It's going to make it very practical for you because that's how you operate. See, it's like a phoenix rising if you really look at it. Rising from the earth, from the water though. It starts from the water. Emotions again. The heart chakra. The cup energy. You have the Ace of Cups here. But that's where it's going to start though. And then it's going to become bird, which is air, right? But like I said, there's no escaping it. It's going to start. Your heart chakra is going to crack first. And that's the painful part of it. So let's read. My goals are before me. Emotion, thought, and action. All in a single focus of their attainment. You know, because in the past, you've been just using your thoughts and your actions. A lot of thought and action. A lot of swords here and this Knight of Swords, which is action. You've been doing that. And now it's time to put in some emotion. And that's why your heart is cracking here. So the sun is your soul, actually, as well. Okay? So let's see. It says, Are my thoughts scattered, making it difficult to choose? Have outside influences hijacked my ability to be present? If I focused more on what the crux of situation needs, would my perception of where this is going change? Or would the end still be relevant? I'm going to read this part again. Have outside influences hijack my ability to be present? Your being present is dropping into your heart space. Is appreciation and gratitude. That's dropping, that's being in the present. But I feel like you've been busy running around and trying to fix other people's problems. Maybe they don't even have problems, but you make it your duty to fix their problems or give your opinion. And then when you get denied, it frustrates you. And your ego gets a toll, Okay, so let's get into the eclipse reading real quick because I don't have batteries anymore. I hope it doesn't cut off. Let's hurry up. Okay, let's get planet astrological cards here. They have planet, houses, and signs, and planetary movements. Let's see what's up. Spirit, what's up for Virgo, please, for this full moon eclipse in Sag? Total full moon eclipse in Sag. Flower moon. There's a lot to say there. Total full lunar eclipse in Sag. Flower moon. Okay. All right, Spirit. What do I have for Virgo, please? Get 3 here. One more. Uranus, revolution. Cancer, see? Emotions again. Yep, look at that. Uranus. Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus is your 9th. 7th house, Pisces. Relationships. And Cancer, which is your 11th house. So, but what are the energies of Uranus? Uranus is like breakthroughs. Uranus is brainstorming, but it's kind of an originality, which is your authenticity. It's awakening. Okay? It is rupture as well, and it's reform. The 7th house is a house of partnership, relationship, companionship, best friends, marriage. And it's about equilibrium, communion, balance. See, like I was talking to you, you've been projecting, you've been projecting in your relationships this ideal. When you start idealizing, I mean, you're going to get disappointed because you're not surrendering to the result. We can hope and wish, but we shall not idealize, because that is recipe for disappointment. And the universe never works like that. Your universe is on another dimension. They don't have time. They don't care about size. They don't care about color. They don't care. So whatever you're like idealizing in this 3D, if universe does decide to bring it to you, it's not going to come the way you think it's going to come, and it's not going to look the way you think it's going to look. It should look, at least. You got to give up control, Virgo, and surrender, and drop into your heart space, Cancer. Remember, I was saying this energy of you wanting to help your friends, but you're not coming from a place of, it's coming from a place of projection, so it's not genuine. I'm not saying you're a bad person, but it's not genuine. And that brings the disruption. It's forceful. It's too forceful. It's judgmental. Okay? So Cancer is about comforting. It's about sympatheticness, being sympathetic, okay? It's about feelings for sure. It's tender. It's caring. It's receptive. So you have to have empathy. It is empathy as well. Okay? It's very kind of self-sacrificing as well. So it's like I feel like, again, in your relationships, you're having a hard time with relationship and expressing your love. I know you care about people, but it doesn't come off that way because it's tainted. Because you cannot express your love if your heart chakra is shut. It's impossible. It's too robotic. So that's why it comes off that way. And it creates clashes. You have to open your heart chakra, Virgo, okay? All right, let's see. What else here? Let's get a work your light. There has to be an equilibrium. There has to be a give and take. it's not a one-way, relationship. And you can't expect the world from people. You can't expect them the way you think they should be. You can't make them be what you want them to be. You have to have some acceptance and surrender. Okay? All right, let's get a work your light here, and then we'll get a spell card and some making magic. Let's hurry up before my phone shuts down. All right, Spirit, what do I have for Virgo, please? Total lunar eclipse. Again, that mother energy. Which is just giving and doesn't expect anything. It's nurturing. Okay? How can I mother? How can you mother yourself? That's, again, taking care of yourself and opening your heart chakra. Again, giving me that hermit energy. You having to take care of yourself and face your fears and stop running away, Virgo. Okay? Stop running away. You're trying to mother others because you're running away from your own problems and issues. You have to mother yourself. Cancer is the mother, star mother. There you go. You have to be love in order to give love and call in love. All right, Spirit, what else? Spell card for Virgo. Sensuality. It says, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh and play. It's that lighthearted energy. It's like the Sun card. Love, sensuality, they go hand in hand. Happiness, it's all those beautiful emotions. Heart chakra energy, joy, happiness, love. Okay? Very feminine energies here. It's about taking care of yourself too. It's nurturing yourself, mothering yourself. Bringing in that soft goddess vibe, bringing in that Taurian energy, Venusian energy. Some of you might look very masculine. Rough, kind of rough on the edges. You might dress kind of very masculine, Or you might have short hair. I'm not saying go get extensions and start wearing pink, no. But there are other ways, just being feminine and sensual is enough. It's an energy. You can be a tomboy, but still be sensual. Still be feminine. Have that yin softness. It's not about femininity, it's about softness, actually. Softness. That sensuality, it's softness. It's comforting. It's warm, It's nurturing. It's protective. Okay. Okay, your 2 cards came out. Hold on a second. Ooh, my hair's messed up. I'm going to braid them. Sorry, guys. So, one enchanted evening, the perfect night. It's about enchantment. The elements. Balance again. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. It's about that balance again. You've been off balance, like I said, you've been in your yang energy. Enchanted evening, the perfect night. It's about believing in the magic. Not being so Cartesian, not being so black and white. Allowing the magic to come in and using the elements of water, your emotions, fire, your creativity, and your passion. Earth, which you are, which is being grounded and hopeful, right? You plant a seed, you just have faith. For me, the earth here is faith, okay? And then air, while still, you can still have that element, which is the Queen of Swords, which is clarity, decisiveness. It's about balance here, Virgo, okay? You've been doing a lot of air and you know, a lot of air, your energy. So much that you forgot the other elements. I mean, your energy is earth, but you've been doing a lot of air because you've been doing that Mercury thing. That's what I mean. You were ruled by Mercury, but you are an earth sign. You see what I'm saying? And because we're in air energy right now, we're entering Gemini season. We are in Gemini season. And, you know, there's stuff going on in Aquarius. Saturn just went retrograde. There's a lot of air going on. But I feel like Jupiter and Saturn are trying to break your heart. Jupiter and Neptune, sorry, and Pisces, your seventh, is trying to open your heart here. And we do have the seventh card. And it's wanting to bring a breakthrough, an emotional breakthrough. All right, guys? So I love you, Virgo. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.